What's up, Trophy Gang? It's your girl Sydney, back again with another Shenanigan video. If you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if you're a returner, I hope you still been winning, and that's just on what? Period. Exactly. So before I get into this video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and if y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns, y'all already know y'all can leave them down in the comment box, and I will for sure get back to you guys. I can't remember the last time I've done a story time, but it's been a very, very long time, y'all. A long time. This story, it has been needing to be told to you guys for a while, for quite some time. A lot of my family and close friends, they already know the story in detail. They're like, so much happened, you have to tell this story on YouTube. So before I get into this story time, I'm gonna show y'all some clips of basically how everything was going until everything wasn't going, basically, if y'all catching what I'm saying. I'm also going to show you guys the clip because the story gets a little confusing in certain areas because of the way the room was set up. So I also want to show you guys just how the room was set up. Y'all can just get more visual of the story. I will have pictures of other stuff meantime, between time. Let's get into this story, y'all, because I ain't gonna lie, this story tea. Like, this story, this happened I want to say about, if not 4 years ago, going on 4 years, maybe 3. I don't really remember. It was in my past, and it's going to stay in my past. I will not be saying the girl name because it's not important, and honestly, it's a non-factor. Many of y'all that know me has been watching sis Shenanigans since the first video dropped. It's not going to be hard to know who I'm talking about. So I have some champagne here. I will be sipping meantime, between time. Let's all take a sip right now before we get into it. Now, before I get into the rest of this video, I do not condone violence or any such sort of like that. Don't condone it, not a fan of it, especially when it's toward a friend. Let's see. So it starts with me and who was my best friend at the time. We were best friends at this time for over 10 plus years. So literally, when I say best friend, like, I mean gang. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, that was my girl. That was my girl. Like, that was my ride or die. That was the bestie of all the resties. Like, yeah, that's just what it was. She picked Utah because she kind of wanted to go somewhere where nobody else goes. Because honestly, who goes to Utah like for a vacation? And she kind of wanted to be on like her grown and sexy, like. So right here, this is us getting to the resort. Y'all see the suitcase. I'm basically just going to do a voiceover over everything of this part, just so y'all can just see the details a little more when I explain or tell the story later down the line. Y'all see the lobby. Very, very beautiful resort. Very cute, actually. So this is the room. This is the kitchen area, the living room. That's the dining room area. Y'all see the balcony is literally right there. And then when I turn around a little more, y'all gonna see the bedroom. And then we had a hot tub in the bedroom. That was classy, very much. And then we go to the bathroom. Now y'all see everything is kind of separated for the bathroom. You have the sinks right there, and then you have the shower right there. And then I go really fast, but that was the toilet. And this is the rest of the room. So the room, I go to the balcony, show that a little more. And yeah, y'all see the bedroom, window, all of that's gonna come into play. Just remember all of these things. She wanted to do a birthday trip for her birthday. She didn't really have that many friends, so she's like, oh, I'm just gonna go with somebody that I trust. So I was the only person that went on this trip with her. So it's only us two. Mind you guys, I did show you guys some of the clips, so I may be a little repetitive, but that's perfectly okay because the story is going to get to the crazy part. Trust me, y'all. She decided that she wanted to go to Salt Lake City, Utah for her birthday. Who goes there for their birthday when you're young in October when nothing is like, you know, like nothing was going on. No reason for us to really be there. To each his own. She wanted to go there. My parents, they have a resort and they let us use the resort. So basically I ended up booking and paying for everything. All she had to do was pretty much get her flight, and that's just what it was. We were supposed to be out there for 5 days, and when I say supposed to, both of us were not there for 5 days. The first day, as you guys saw, get from the airport, go to the resort, showing the room. I handed her all her birthday gifts. I think that was pretty much it. Gave her birthday gifts, and then we kind of like just chilled in the resort. I think we ended up getting there a little late. We ended up eating. It was a restaurant on the resort, and that's just that. So that's day one. Now we're on day two. So day two, we decide that we wanted to go to the mall and go out to eat, kind of shop around, see a little bit more of the resort, the city, all that stuff. I believe this is the day that we also had planned to get massages. So I'm gonna hold my hands up so y'all can, like, you know, keep up with me, keep the visual. So first day we get there. Second day we planning our massage, walking around the resort, and I'm gonna just stop there. We planned our massage for the 4th day. The 5th day is when we both were going back home. So second day, so this is where it kind of gets weird on our bestie girls trip that we had planned or whatever. I'm gonna take another sip before. We finally decide, after we book our massages, do our walking around, we finally decide, like, okay, let's go to a mall. So there was 2 outlet malls. We ended up going to the further one on accident. That was not planned. We literally drove an hour to this outlet mall because it was just wrong. We put the wrong directions in. That's just what it was. We Ubered, actually. We're at the mall, we're shopping around, getting little items. It's raining. It starts to rain. I knew it was going to rain because I had checked the weather. I always check the weather before I go out of town. But I had checked the weather. I knew it was going to rain, so I had brought my umbrella. So the mall that we was at, it was like almost like an outlet mall. It was, all the stores were pretty much outside. Like, it wasn't like you go in and then all the stores are inside the building. You had to walk out to each store. So it's also October. We're in Utah. It's a little cold. So we get to a point where we're now hungry. Now, I'm pretty sure many of y'all have been on a trip where somebody's hungry and somebody got an attitude because they're hungry, and then you get into this thing where it's like, okay, what we gonna eat, where we gonna eat, whatever the case may be, and that kind of becomes a thing. So now we're at that stage, and now it starts raining, like full-blown raining, where we need to take our umbrella out. So me and, oh, I just remembered I didn't give her a name. I'm gonna call her, what should I call her, guys? What should be the name? I think I'm gonna call her a Karen. I can't really think of anything else. My friend Jay said just call her Karen, so I'm just gonna call her Karen. So now me and her are deciding what we're gonna eat. The way the outlet mall was, so it was the outlet mall over here, and then they had like a freeway to get across the other side of the outlet mall. Now on that side, it was mainly like Marshall's, TJ Maxx. It was more restaurants, Cookie Crumble, that's going to come into play. So all of that stuff was over there. So basically we had to go across to go get some food. So I'm like, dang, you know, I don't really want to walk. It's raining. Although I do have my umbrella, it was a freeway, y'all. Like, it was fast traffic both ways. So my thing, I was like, okay, well, let's just Uber. Check the Uber. The Uber said it was gonna be $30 to go across the street. So we like, nah, we ain't about to do that. I'm sorry, I don't know about y'all, but like, I'm all for by spending my money on trip, but not on like silly stuff like that. I'm like, okay, forget it. We ended up kind of going back, not really going back and forth, but kind of having like okay, well, I don't want to eat here, I don't want to eat this, I don't want to do this, well, I don't want to have that, I don't want to eat. Like, we couldn't decide on a place where we wanted to eat. The restaurant that she originally wanted to go to, it did not open up till 5 o'clock. At this time, it is probably 4 p.m. It's probably like 4. I want to say it's probably like around 4, maybe even a little later than 4. I know it was before 5 because that's about to come into play as well. I ended up finding this Mexican restaurant. At least I thought it was like an actual Mexican restaurant. The place, I don't remember the name, but it was very, very similar to like a Chipotle or Qdoba. It had the food, but it was like a walk in and a walk out type of fast food dining. It wasn't a sit down restaurant. So when we got there, we were very, very confused. But before we even get there, mind you, we had to walk across the street, and mind you, it's raining. So I'm under my umbrella and we're walking across the street, and she's like walking a little bit faster than me. And I'm just like, why is she walking, you know, so fast? I'm also a slow walker. I'm like, do you want to get under the umbrella? She's like, no. I'm like, oh, all right, well, I don't know what to tell you about that. So in that moment, I kind of knew she had like an attitude based on our previous conversation, which was about the restaurants or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. You don't want to get under the umbrella. That's fine. Walk in the rain then. I'm good. So I really, at that point, it's like, what do you want me to do? You want me to run up to you and just force you to be under the umbrella? Like, no, you got it. So you go ahead, you walk. You get there. I'm gonna calmly walk under my umbrella in the rain. We get to the Mexican restaurant. We're at the restaurant, and I was add this clip in because I even mentioned it while I was vlogging. I'm like, oh y'all, she got like a little attitude with me. I don't know what she's gonna end up picking, but I guess I'm just gonna get, I think I ended up getting a burrito.
So we just walked like 10 minutes to come to this restaurant that's not really like a restaurant. It's more so like a Qdoba or a Chipotle, and I'm kind of salty. And we walked in the rain, and my best friend, she kind of mad right now, but I guess we're about to eat at this Mexican spot. Yeah.
She's ahead of me, not talking to me. I even asked her like, oh, what are you about to eat? Completely ignoring me. So I'm like, okay, at this point you got an attitude. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I've been in moments where she has had attitudes or whatever, and she has never once like ignored me that way. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm just gonna talk to my friends on the phone. Ended up ordering the food, sit down. And at this time, I kid y'all not, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was 4:36. So yeah, it was like 4 something when we basically walked over there. So it was 4:36. We both sit down, we're eating our food. She's not saying a word to me, y'all. Not saying nothing to me. Like literally, like, oh, this is nasty. The food tastes good. Oh, I'm about to do this. Oh, I'm about to go here. Like, she was saying zero. And I am the type of person that feed off of vibes. So since you don't want to say anything, I'm not going to say anything either. And plus, I was still on the phone with my other 2 friends. So honestly, I was pretty occupied. I really didn't care that she wasn't speaking to me in that moment, because it is what it is. Like, she finishes her food at 4, I think it was like 4:42, 4:44, 4:48. I know it was in the 40 something. So she finished her food. She gets up. She said, I'm about to go across the street and buy me some flat irons from Marshall's or TJ Maxx, whichever one of the stores. And I made reservations at the Brazilian restaurant, which was, if this was the Mexican restaurant, the Brazilian restaurant was right there. So she's like, I made reservations for us at 5 o'clock. You can meet me there or not. And she leaves. And I'm like, okay. Like, I literally responded like, all right. But my thing is, in my head, if you're on a trip with your best friend, why are you walking around like you're by yourself? Or why are you ignoring me? Like, I'm the only person here that you could really talk to. Like, of course you can go and talk to somebody else, but I'm the person that you came here with. So I finished eating my food. She goes to Marshall's, TJ Maxx, whatever store it was, get her flat irons, whatever. The plan was for us to go to Cookie Crumble as well. I'm like, okay, well, I finished my food around like 4:50, 4:52. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna walk to Cookie Crumble, get us some cookies, and then I'll just meet her at the restaurant, whatever. Like, I don't know if she expected me to get an Uber and match her level. I don't know what she expected, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna meet you at the restaurant. Like, y'all, confusion, right? Get the Cookie Crumbles. I have 2 cookies from the Cookie Crumble. Now, at this time, Cookie Crumble had just came out. I have never tried it at this time. I bought one for me, one for her, because she also wanted to go to Cookie Crumble. So,
hey, thank you. Well, I got the chocolate, well, it was actually ruby chocolate chip, but the chocolate chips were pink. And then I got a regular sugar cookie that had pink frosting on it. So yeah, but now I'm about to go into this Brazil grill restaurant, which I'm probably not even about to eat much because we literally are like not even an hour ago just ate at the Cafe Rio. But my best friend had a little attitude, so she left me.
ended up getting to the Brazilian restaurant literally like 5 o'clock on the dot. Like, as they were unlocking the door, I was walking in and I'm like, hey, we got reservations, whatever. So I sit down at the table first. She comes to the table. The 2 boxes are sitting on the table. So she's like doing whatever she was doing. I was doing whatever I was doing. Mind you, at this time, my phone on 3-4%. It's about to die. It's literally about to die, but I have in my AirPods. So you're not gonna know if my phone is about to die or not, basically. So when she comes in, I take my AirPods out, sit them down respectfully, because I'm like, okay, let's talk about it. You know, like, what's up? Like, why you got such of an attitude right now? So before we could even get to that conversation, she's like, you went to Cookie Crumble? And I was like, I looked at the boxes, said, yeah. And she said, well, why didn't you give me a cookie? I was like, well, it's 2 here, you can have 1. And she's like, but it's my birthday, so why wouldn't you call me and ask me what kind I wanted? I was like, well, you decided to go get you some flat irons and leave me, so I decided to do this on my own. Now, I have a chocolate chip and a sugar cookie that you can have. Whichever one, you can have them. I don't care which one I have because I never had the cookies before. So she keeps going in on the fact like, it's my birthday, why wouldn't you call me and ask me what kind I wanted? So I keep going in on the fact like, well, you left me at the Mexican restaurant to go buy some flat irons and set up reservations after we just ate. Y'all, we just ate. It's like 4:45, and you booked a semi-expensive restaurant. It wasn't cheap. It wasn't like no Applebee's. You booked a decent paying restaurant where you kind of need to, like, you should go there hungry so you can get your money's worth of the dinner that will be served to you. So me, I eat like a bird. I don't eat that much. I literally snack. So by the time I get there, which was 15 minutes later, I'm not hungry. So my thing is, okay, I'm gonna just get some drinks. Now, I don't know if you guys ever been to a Brazilian restaurant, but they're the type of restaurant where they come around, they cut the meat off in front of you. They have all different types of pork, beef, chicken, all kinds of meats that you can try. So I'm literally just not hungry. Now we get onto the fact of, well, why would you book this restaurant after we just ate? And she's like, well, I wanted to eat here anyways, and I just feel like I was still going to eat here because it's my birthday and blah, 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 right? Go in on that fact. I'm like, okay, whatever. So then me and her get into like a small lower voice conversation that me and her had, where me and her are now somewhat going back and forth, because if you know Karen and if you know me, I'm gonna stand on what I say, and she is too. And that's fine. That is perfectly fine, because as you should. But when it's in a situation like this, nobody's backing down on who's wrong or right, or who should have did or didn't do, whatever the case may be. They're gonna stand on, we are gonna stand on how we feel. We get into an argument. Basically, I ended up telling her like, I don't want to hear this right now, so I put my AirPods in. I turn the music up. I start blocking her out, because I'm telling her, I'm like, we're at this semi-expensive restaurant and we are the only black people around, and you're sitting here trying to argue with me. I don't want to have this conversation right now. And then on top of that, you trying to argue with me about some Cookie Crumbles. Watch out. So I put my AirPods in. Now mind y'all, my phone died. So I literally was just like acting like I was listening to music, and whole time I was not. So like, she gets up, she go to the bathroom, talks on the phone. She ends up coming back, She gets her food, I pay for my drink, she pays for her food. We call an Uber, and then we go back to the resort. Now, the plan of this day was, after we did all of that, we were going to go back to the resort and we were going to go to the pool, because they had a really nice pool there. They had a few pools, actually. Ended up getting back to the resort. We just kind of chilling. Everybody is minding their business. I believe at this time I was on Instagram Live. I kept getting on live. I was like a live fanatic at that time. Like, everything I did, I wanted to show it on Instagram Live. So I'm pretty sure I got on live. She, I believe, was watching TV, whatever the case may be. It was really nothing going on. So now we get to the point where it's like, okay, let's go to the pool. So she puts on her swimsuit. Mind you, we still didn't say nothing to each other all the way back. Didn't say nothing to each other, checking out or anything. I ended up telling her like, oh, my phone's dead. You're going to have to call the Uber. That was like the only conversation we had after pretty much everything had happened. Now we're back at the resort. She gets on, she puts on her swimsuit, I put on my swimsuit, we go down to the pool. I end up asking her like, oh, are you getting in a hot tub, or are you getting in the cold water? Like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm gonna get in the hot tub. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll just get in the cold water for now. Because they had like a waterfall. It was really, really pretty. And it was, you know, I like to get in the regular pool and then I'll go to the hot tub. And the hot tub was pretty packed. It had about like 4 or 5 people in it at this time. She's sitting in the hot tub, I'm in the cold water, and I will literally insert these clips. I'm literally playing in the water by myself. And when I say by myself, like, I'm playing in the water by myself as if I was a 3-year-old child that did not have siblings. Like, literally splashing the water, doing whatever, literally just doing whatever.
I'm in the pool. And my good see, she's in the hot tub. But yes, I'm here.
A couple people leave out of the hot tub, so I'm like, okay, phone dies again. I'm like, okay, let me go in the hot tub and, you know, let's just try to talk or whatever. So in the hot tub, there were 2 ladies, a real small regular conversation, like, where you from? Oh, we do this, whatever. And then we get more into depth because they're best friends that came out for one of their birthdays, and so are we. So we just kind of clicked. They're like, oh, we're here for this. Let's, you know, get breakfast in the morning. We did not get breakfast with them, y'all. But, you know, it was like, the thought was there. The thought and the kindness, it was there. So now the pool is closed. We go back to our room. Still no word said to me. Even when we were in the pool with those 2 ladies, you could almost feel the weird tension that were between us. Like, they even questioned us like, oh, did you guys come together? Or like, it was one of those where it's like, yeah, we're conversing with y'all and we're here together, but we're not conversing with each other, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it, but anybody can feel a vibe, okay? Now we're on the 3rd day. 3rd day, it gets even crazier, y'all. So the 3rd day, mind you, it's a 1-bed room. So she wakes up, she gets herself together, she gets dressed, and she literally leaves out the door, y'all. Didn't say anything to me. I did not know where she was going. I didn't know what she was doing. I didn't know when she was coming back. Like, had no clue whatsoever. So at this point, I have already been in contact with my mom and my other main 2 friends. And I'm telling them like, y'all, Karen acting weird. I don't know what's up. I think I want to come home early. So I've already been having this conversation because the vibes were just so off. And why would I come out here, spend money, put myself in this situation when I don't truly want to be here based on your actions? What I like to do is I would just remove myself. So I was already in conversation. My mom like, no, just stick it out. It's her birthday. You know, y'all would be all right. Whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna ignore everything that she's already been doing. I'm gonna just ignore it all. It gets pretty midday at this time. Now I'm like, okay, well, I guess I should get up and get some food and get dressed and figure out what to do. So in the midst of all of this, one of the nights I had lost my nose ring. So I'm like, okay, well, I need to go to Claire's. So I look up the outlet, the main one that we were supposed to go to. Look it up, they had a Claire's. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I guess I'll just run to Claire's and then I'll come back, and if she's here, she's here, and if she's not, she's not. It is what it is. Like, I guess we're on individual trips at this time. As I'm basically done getting ready, she comes back and she's like, oh, where you going? That was the first thing she said to me. I wasn't gonna say anything to her because I'm like, well, you done got up, did half of your day without me, so I guess we not talking. So I wasn't gonna say anything to me. So I was honestly very surprised when she asked, like, oh, where are you about to go? And I'm like, oh, and this is me listening to my parents and my friends, trying to be cool, trying to be nice about everything. I'm like, oh, I'm about to go to the mall because I lost my nose ring. Do you want to come with me? She's like, nah, I think I'll just stay here. I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'm about to leave out. Literally left out. When I tell y'all, like, as she was coming in, I was walking out. Like, if I would have left out maybe 5 minutes sooner, we probably would have missed each other. And I'm still vlogging all of this, so I will show y'all the clips for this as well. So I'm literally at the mall. I ended up getting me some nose rings. I think I bought some jogging pants. Walked in a couple stores, and it wasn't really much. The weather was cold.
The full fit. So yeah, y'all, I'm about to go get some food, and I will see y'all in a little bit.
So I got half and half. I don't know if you guys heard me when I ordered, but I'm gonna eat my tots first because I want to keep these for later. You know, you can't really warm up tots, so yeah. My arm's tired from carrying y'all. So it was raining earlier for like a couple hours, but it didn't rain much. So I feel like we could have went to go do like Oktoberfest or go to Main Street, but we both kind of been on like our own thing, I guess. But yeah, so I'm about to go to the outlets now. It did not have this many stores at the other one, like, so yeah. Super excited that I'm here. I'm going into Claire's now.
Another walk-in outlet mall. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go back now. Back to the resort, and I'm on the phone talking to my friends. I ended up getting on Instagram Live again. I believe she was watching TV, scrolling on social media, talking to her sister, whatever the case may be. We were in different worlds. It was like, still did not say anything to each other. Like, literally, it was just no conversation. Like, that's just what it was. It was just no conversation. So that's that day. So now we're on the 4th day. Now, this is where the story really gets to the story. I had to tell all the details so y'all wouldn't be confused on why and where everything came from. I honestly still don't know why or where everything came from. I forgot a small detail that will make sense. The 2nd day, we also end up going to the little liquor store that they had on the resort. We buy a bottle of wine and we buy some Crown Royal, I believe. Now, why did we buy Crown? I have no idea, but whatever the case may be. Mind you, this is the day we had planned for our massages. Our massages, I believe, were at 9. It was either 9 or 10. I don't really remember, but I know it was pretty early. And this is also why I needed to show you guys the room, because this is also where the confusing part will come in. It's like 7, 8 o'clock. She gets up, she goes immediately to the restroom, the toilet. I go get up a couple minutes like after her, and I go turn the shower on. I turn the shower on, I start playing my music. She comes out of the bathroom and she's like, really, Sydney? Based on her tone and the fact that we basically haven't spoke since day 2 of our trip, I heard aggression and attitude. So my response was, really what? Really what? What do you want to say to me? What do you want to say to me, Booski? So really what? She's like, really? And I'm like, really what, Karen? Like, what are you talking about? And she's like, you knew I was about to get in the shower. And I was like, well, actually I didn't, because you went to the bathroom. So I thought you were just going to the bathroom. And so I decided to get out your way and go to the shower. She was like, well, why why would I come to the bathroom and not get in the shower? I said, I don't know. People go to the bathroom and don't get in the shower often. I don't remember every word that was said. All I know is we started going back and forth. I remember telling her she's acting weird. I remember telling her who travels with their best friend and don't speak to them. I remember saying those things. I don't remember everything she was saying, but I know we were going back and forth. As I'm talking, I'm walking out. Well, while we both were talking, I'm walking out. I'm like, okay, whatever, close the door. I'm so mad. We both literally yelling at the top of our lungs, like tense. It really was. I call my mom and I'm like, Mom, find me a flight. I'm coming home. That's all I said to Mom. I'm like, Mom, can you help me find a flight? I need to go home. So my mom, she hears the aggression and like how loud I already am. So she's like, what's going on? What's wrong? Da-da-da-da-da. Karen comes out the bathroom, storming towards me, and she's like, don't you ever slam the door in my face again. I will beat your MFN. And you got me messed up. That's why you look like a monkey and da-da-da-da-da. Right? So she go crazy, y'all. She go crazy. I've never heard her talk like this to me. Ever. Almost to anyone. So y'all, when I tell y'all, one, I think she thought I was on the phone with my friends because it just, I don't know. But then again, the rest of the story, it doesn't, I don't know. So I'm on the phone with my mom and my mom like, what's going on? And da-da-da-da. And so I'm talking to my mom. I'm like, Mom, you hear her? You hear this? You hear her? I'm like, Mom, find me a flight right now. I want to come home. Help me come home. Help me come home. Help me come home. Help me come home. Like, I'm literally just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, when you just so mad and angry, you're not really listening to nothing. You just on go. You trying to get everything what you got to say out. So I'm like, Mom, find me a flight, whatever. She like, what flight? What airlines were you on? What time were you supposed to be leaving? I need to figure those out so I can change it. While she's in my face, calling me a monkey, calling me an ugly B word, calling me all kinds of stuff, saying all kinds of things. I decide to walk away from her and I go towards the balcony. She's following me through the resort room all the way to the balcony. Mind you, we just woke up. I have on my pajamas. I like to sleep in spandex and sports bras and stuff, whatever the case may be. So I had on some spandex. I had on a sports bra. I had on my bonnet. I didn't have on no t-shirt. Didn't have on no socks. Didn't have on no pants. Didn't have a scarf, a hat. None of that. We in October, it's cold. So I'm walking toward, I was originally trying to walk to the living room to just get away from her so I can finish my conversation because she wanted to get in the shower, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I end up going on the balcony, going out to the balcony because she's still following me. I closed the door. Y'all, why this girl locked me outside on the balcony? Why did she lock the balcony door, y'all? She locked the balcony door. So at this point, I don't care because I'm still heated. I'm talking to my mom. I wanted to have this conversation by myself anyways. So our window, our bedroom window was open. If you leaned over the balcony a little bit, you could see into the bedroom. We were on like the 3rd or 4th floor, so it wasn't an issue or anything. So now I'm like, come unlock the door. She like, no. I'm like, no. Come unlock the door. So me and her start arguing again. Between time, I am calling my mom. I had a boo at this time. I'm calling him and I'm basically bouncing back and forth between my mom and him on the phone while I'm still locked outside on the balcony. So now at this point, now I'm heated. Now everything you just called me, I'm calling it right back. Words were being exchanged. That's just what it was. I don't know exactly how long I was literally on the balcony. I know for a fact it was over 10 and 15 minutes though. I know it was over that because I remember looking at the calls and seeing how many times I kept calling my mom to call the resort so somebody can come unlock the door. In the midst of all of this, mind you, she has been my best friend for 10 plus years at this time. My parents have her number. So my mom's on FaceTime with me. My mom asked my dad, like, can you call Karen and ask her to come unlock the door? Sydney's not gonna do anything once she opens up the door. My dad FaceTimed her. So I'm hearing everything he is saying to her, and I'm hearing everything she's saying back to him. Mind you, our window was open. She's in the bedroom at this time, packing up her clothes, putting it in her suitcase. My dad's like, yeah, just unlock the door. If y'all know my dad, he's the most calm, level-headed, nonchalant person I've ever met. So he's just like, unlock the door, you know, y'all need to relax, everybody calm down, whatever. Meantime, between time, I'm on the phone with my mom, yelling like, Mom, I need you to get somebody to come unlock this balcony door. Now I'm getting cold. It's October, y'all, in Utah. I feel like this girl packing up her stuff and she about to leave me out here on this balcony. My mom is calling the resort. I keep flipping back and calling my boo or whatever. It got to the point where I'm like banging. I started kicking the door. I started doing everything because it's just like, if you're not about to let me in, I'm about to make some noise 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. People coming out from their balcony, they're like, hey, we're trying to sleep. And y'all yelling, like going crazy. Like this is, it's crazy. I need to sit. Crazy. Just crazy. So, skip. Was out there for about 15-20 minutes. She comes unlock the door. Now I know all y'all thinking like, you should have ran up in there, gave her a good, nice little 2-piece. But I didn't, because I'm real big on, like, I don't fight my friends. So when calm, y'all, I walk in regular. I ain't say nothing to the girl. She ain't say nothing to me. Now I'm back on FaceTime with my mom. So I'm on FaceTime with my mom. I'm talking to her. My mom is still trying to figure out the flight information. All of this happened. She still did not figure out what airlines I was on and what flight was my original flight to help change my flight. Karen is now standing at the door with her suitcase. Packed. Everything's packed up. I walk through the bedroom and I'm standing at the bathroom door basically. She's more so in the kitchen and I'm standing at the bathroom door. And my mom asked me while I'm literally on the phone like this. We're both just kind of staring at each other. It was very weird, very awkward. So my mom asked, Penny, what airlines are you on so I can book your flight? I said, well, since she's leaving, I'm going to stay here so we can finish enjoying the money that we've already spent and we don't have to come out of extra money changing our flight. Now that hit a nerve because immediately after I said that, she grabbed one of the crumble cookies. I told y'all it was gonna come back. She grabbed one of the crumble cookies and she throws it across the living room and it hits the fireplace. So mind you, I'm calm at this point. That whole time while I was out on the balcony, I done got mad, sad, angry, all the emotions. After I say that, she throws the cookie across. I started laughing. I said, okay, I'll just have somebody come clean that up. So I'm like literally laughing at the girl because it's just like, you're a joke. Like, what are you throwing a cookie for, like, come on now. So it's like, all right, go ahead and throw the cookie, whatever the case may be. So I tell this to my mom. I'm like, Mom, she throwing food and stuff across the room. I said, but it's all right. I'm going to have the cleaning people come clean it up since I'm going to be here. So now I'm just going on to the fact that I'm still about to be here and she's the one that's leaving. This is where the bottles come in. This is why I said this was a small detail that I forgot to leave out. So she gets the wine bottle. She walks back towards me. And at this point, I'm honestly confused because I'm like, what is she, like, you about to take that? Go ahead, I don't care. So she opens it up. She starts pouring it on me, y'all. Pouring it on me. I'm about to demonstrate how she was pouring it on me. I don't have a wine bottle right now, but I'm gonna show y'all with this. I found this. This is basically a mimic of a mini wine bottle. She gets the wine bottle. She's opening it up. I'm still standing in the doorway, in the bathroom doorway, on FaceTime with my mom. She starts going like this, walking towards me with the bottle. And y'all, I swear to God, I just sat there. Cause I'm like, I don't understand, like, y'all, I was so confused. I was so confused. So I'm literally just there on FaceTime with my mom. I'm like, Mom, you see this? She like, what is that? She's confused. I'm confused too, and I'm in the moment. I'm like, this girl pouring wine on me. Y'all, the whole time I'm sitting there talking to my mom like that, she's going like this, pouring it on me. I'm just letting the girl pour it on me. Swear to God, let her pour the whole bottle on me. And I just sat there. Now I'm just like, okay, I'm kind of letting this girl get away with too much. I'm letting too much slide. So her phone was sitting on the kitchen counter, basically, like the sink counter. So I grabbed her phone, just how she threw my cookie, I threw that phone. Tossed it. I didn't even know I was still this mad at this moment. I threw it so hard, it broke into pieces. I know you didn't just throw my phone. Now, granted, I don't know if that's exactly what she said, but I know she said something along those lines. But she basically says that this girl starts trying to hit me, y'all. I'm not a fighter, y'all. I will if I absolutely have to. But these are one of those moments where it's like, I don't have to, because I know you're trying to get a reaction out of me. And also, I know I can beat you up. Like, I don't want to beat you up. I don't want to fight you. While she's trying to hit me and all this stuff, I'm literally like, I'm still on the phone with my mom, y'all. I'm still on FaceTime. So I'm like, going like this, blocking her head, like, watch out, Karen, I don't want to fight you. Karen, move, I don't want to fight you. Saying all this while she's literally still trying to hit me or whatever. So now my mom, she's on the phone, she like, stop it, y'all need to stop. So we tussling, like you can hear like the chairs kind of moving around. You can see me like, you know, you see movement, a lot of movement going on. In the middle of the scuffle, we end up falling to the ground. So now we on the ground. And I just remember having her hair because I'm trying to hold her back. So I have her hair. I'm the one that's mainly on the ground. She's kind of on top of me. So I'm like holding her and I'm literally saying like, chill. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Stop. I'm not trying to hit you. I don't want to fight. So in the midst of all of that, as I'm falling to the ground, my phone also falls out of my hand. I'm still hearing my mom like yell in the background, like, stop, y'all need to stop, you know, just going all of that. So I finally get to the point where I'm like, okay, let me grab my phone. So I try to grab my phone while I'm still like going like this, pushing her. Y'all, the girl punched me twice and I had a black eye. After that, I ended up pushing her like off me. I'm like, you just did all of that and I still don't want to fight you. You did fight me. Look at my hair. That's why I just beat your A, B. So I'm like, what? Y'all, I was so like, bro, I'm over this. Like, you really want a problem so bad. Like, I never met somebody who wanted a problem so bad with their best friend. That's pretty much the end of the story. Literally by that time, the people from the front desk, they come upstairs. She's already left out the room because after she said that, I get up, I get back on the phone. I'm talking to my mom. I'm like, Mom, she just punched me in my eye. Did you hear what she was saying? Da-da-da. Like, I'm talking to my mom. And she like, yeah, I can't believe this, blah, blah, blah. So the front desk people finally come up. By this time, everything done happened. The police come, they ask both of us if we want to press charges. I'm like, no. But she did steal some of my items, all of those birthday gifts. Yeah, run that back. I want it back. Thank you. So my AirPods, I think I bought her a dress, this lip gloss, lipstick, whatever it was. Yeah, I wanted it back because I'm about to go return this to the store or I'm going to use it for myself, whatever the case works. Ended up giving me the stuff back. I ended up blocking her from any kind of way she can get in contact with me. Have not heard from her since then. I have not tried to reach out to her since then. So before this video is over, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Watch who y'all have around. Watch who you trust. Watch who you love. And if you really are just, you know, a weird person, don't be weird towards others. Just, you know, just be in your own world, I guess. But make sure y'all shop season, shop the brand. And I also basically say this, I'm gonna quote one of my favorite artists, Rod Wave. It ain't a loss, it's just a lesson and a story to tell, y'all.